It's the Daily Drama Podcast with Steve and Bradford, presented by dailydrama.com. And we have a returning guest, a wonderful guy, Josh Kelly. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you, dude. So
What's up, Josh?
Pinch hitter, that's what they call me.
Hey. Or just pinch. I'm not sure.
Depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, that's right.
So the observation I was going to make is that we had you on the show a while back, right when you started on the show. And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you again is because I have seen, like, I don't say, like, I've just seen so much growth as in your character, in the way, like, the way you're carrying yourself on stage, and yet you look, the way you're dressed and the background, it's exactly like our first episode with you. And it's just so funny to me that wherever you go, there you are. So I just love it. It's, yeah.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, man. But, like, how are you?
I'm really good, man. I'm really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, since we last talked, our characters have become, dare I say, friends.
We're almost friends. We're almost friends on the show. Yeah.
And like, the audience has seen me and Maxie are kind of together, although we haven't said the words out loud. We've kissed a little bit, and it feels like we are.
You said you love each other. You acknowledge that, at least. Yeah.
So the next scene that I'm waiting to see is when I look you in your eye.
Are you and me kissing?
I look you in your eyes and I say, "Thank you, Cody, for pushing me to go after what I want. You're a true pal."
I hope that happens. Our characters, yeah, I like what they've done. I like that you're still a little wary of Cody, and he's like, I'm trying here.
All right, so let me ask some questions, because Bradford loves to talk. So, Josh, first of all, what does Cody do? Because I don't know, right? Like, so it's been cool seeing you in the hallways.
You came back from the dead.
And seeing you at work. It's been awesome.
Yeah. I love running into you. Yeah.
It's awesome. You got great energy, and you know, I'd be amiss if I didn't say that your transformation has been incredible. It's been it's super inspiring to see, you know, somebody just kind of take control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know, you know, and I want to ask you, and I was going to get into the character stuff, but we could do that after. But what was it? Because there's, you know, there's a difference between when we first interviewed you to now. Physically, you look different. Do you feel different? What was the reason why you kind of tried to, or you turned the ship around a little bit in that area?
I felt like I was letting down the show and the genre by being complacent, and there's no real point in I mean, I don't think actors should necessarily be defined by their physicality, but it helps with suspension of disbelief depending on whatever genre. Like, if you're watching a movie about a sad, miserable person and they look beautiful and fit, it's hard to believe the story. And I've always admired when actors you know, Christian Bale it up, whether it be like putting on muscle or getting skinny, or it helps me as an audience member follow the story. And I really, and formally, I apologize. I think I should have taken it. I should have worked harder. My whole career, I've always like fought against I mean, I think I booked my first job taking off my shirt, and it in some ways hurts my feelings. I'm like, I'm a good enough person where I shouldn't have to have a six pack. But and so I think I've pushed against it, and I apologize to the audience, because my character was supposed to be in much better shape when I first showed up on the show. They were Bradford. I think your character was like talking about. He's like, he's a handsome guy, and I was just like this schlubby kind of. I mean,
I don't know, like I understand where you're coming from, but like, I don't think, like, I almost feel like you're going too far, because the things that I sensed from you back in that era was not that you were necessarily complacent. It was like you hadn't quite connected to what your intention was. It almost seemed. Do you know? I don't like, or I don't. It didn't seem like for lack of effort or lack of will or like laziness. It didn't feel like that. It was just like you were still trying to find your place, and that was. I don't want. We're not here. We're not here to paddle you. We're not here to spank you.
I should have been more. I should have been more physically prepared. It's like my dad. You know, you're never. My dad didn't say this, but he supported it. My dad with tattoos, he was like, you know, when I joined the Army, he was like, he was a Navy guy, and he was like, you want to be an actor afterwards, so just remember that until you're successful, if you're covered in tattoos, and it's down to you and someone else. And then I realized that when I first started my like acting journey with weight, it's like no producer or director is going to be like, you're great. Now just get in shape and do the part. They might say, hey, could you gain some pounds? But they're not gonna assume that you can, unless you've proven it multiple times and you're like an A-lister, I guess. I don't know. But it's been fun. I mean, getting physically fit and healthy is never a bad.
No, that's exactly where I was going to lead into. Obviously, from the health standpoint, health is number one.
Yes.
You know, we've chosen a business where it could be very shallow and based on looks.
Yeah.
But really, health is number one. You know, look, I started working out because of the show. Because I'm like, hey, like if I'm gonna, you know, be taking my shirt off and be this leading man at some point, you know, it's part of the. I saw it as part of the job. You know,
for sure. And as far as like, you know, for preparation, you know, you prepare your lines, you prepare your character. You want to know what your character's intentions and thoughts and feelings and motivation is. If I feel like physical preparation frees my acting up, because it's one less thing to be thinking about or worrying about the audience believing. You know, I want that to be off the table, and I like it. I find that I'm a more confident actor, and I'm a more I probably just better when subconsciously I'm not focused on that and worried.
Yeah, I think that's confidence as a person also.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and that'll translate. But it is true, because Bradford's from the theater days where it was all your working body, your working voice, you're working the whole.
It's an instrument.
The whole
it's
instrument.
Not just
So, but anyway, man, I just wanted to say your discipline's amazing. You did an amazing job. Honestly, not many people are going to stick to that and do that transformation like that. So kudos to you. And I'm glad you feel better, and I'm glad you're healthier, and I'm glad mentally it probably feels better, you know, because working out always helps the mental game.
It does, for sure.
But I wanted to just say, you know, because we talked about it in the hallway, and it's, you know, it's not easy what you did.
In the hallway. That's going to be my soap podcast.
in the hallway. So
let
me ask about your character. What does your character do, sir?
Currently, he is mostly a horseman.
I saw a few horses on the set, and
they dabbled in trying to figure out, I think, what my character was going to do. I was a card shark for a little bit, a bit of a shyster. I was scamming Spinelli.
Okay.
And he's a stuntman. So then stuntman kind of like they lent into the horse thing.
Okay.
Stuntman, I don't remember that. Did we ever talk about that on screen?
I literally parachuted in.
Right, but I thought that was just
it was a stunt.
Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, no, you're right.
Wait, so does that make you a stunt man? Because you
well, that's the thing.
In?
I just thought you were just for hire to do whatever anyone would ever pay you to do. It didn't.
I think that's what most stuntmen would like.
Okay.
Most stuntmen would. I mean,
that's funny. You're sticking on the.
Hit me with a car.
On the stuntman.
That's
funny.
But no stunts since the
Well, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him on the horse yet. We haven't seen him riding the horse.
I actually learned how to ride a horse, not just for the show, but conveniently right before the show. And I was hoping, you know, but I understand it's a little, not a lot of dolly shots of a horse.
Right. Not in the studio for sure. But do you like the horses?
Yeah.
It's funny because
I'm really glad. Just like with physicality, I'm glad that I checked that mental box. Like being 100%. Comfortable around horses is not something for everyone, and I'm glad
No, it's not, sir.
I learned
Well,
it.
and they sense that, right?
Yeah.
They do sense that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
was
big,
told-
big, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's but yeah, I befriended some old school cowboy dudes, like Hollywood stuntmen, essentially, and because everyone thinks that they sense fear, and what I've been told is they don't sense fear, they just want to know that they're safe. And so if you are like
True.
comfortable with them, then they're like, all right, this guy's not, it's not, I'm safe, and then they'll be safe around you, then they'll make you safe.
Well, it was interesting because, in the scene that I had with you around the horse, I was supposed to be scared of the horse, and the horse was then supposed to like bite my head.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was like, I don't know if the horse can tell the difference. And you know what I'm saying?
Between your head and an apple?
No.
Go ahead.
No, between me acting nervous and actually being nervous. I wasn't sure how convincing I was to the horse.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Was it Comet? Leche, the actor.
Leche, though, it was Leche. It was the creamy white horse.
Yeah. He's a pro horse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you do fun fact? I don't know. You're allowed to talk about. I don't know, but Leche was one of the hits that we took from the writer's strike. We couldn't work with Leche during that time because he's on a different contract than
us. That's amazing.
kind of a fun fact. I was at my local watering hole, and someone who pickets was like bragging about how, wow, we stopped that horse.
Does Leche have
like,
some?
I was wondering why, because the script said like insert horse name, and it was supposed to be Comet. And
that's
Leche is not the actual horse's name.
No, Comet. Comet's the name of the horse.
Oh, they could use the horse, but they couldn't use the name of the horse because the name.
No. They could not use that horse because that horse had a different contract. So we had some scab horses during that time.
Oh, nice.
Leche,
you got to start somewhere.
Leche has like writing credit on like Black Beauty 3 or something.
Yeah, he's a WGM member.
Wow, that's really funny. So I mean, how long has it been? It's been a year and a half. Almost 2 years?
2 years. It'll be 2 years in May on my dad's birthday, May 1st.
Oh, wow.
Awesome, man.
And so, obviously, but like, how does it feel now? 2 years in.
It complex emotions, my friend. It's a lot harder than I remembered. And I have so many theories because I did One Life to Live 13 or 14 years ago. I can't.
Right.
And I thought I'd get my legs back, like my soap opera. I never lost respect for soap opera actors, but I've gained even more in this experience. It truly is. It's a way more demanding schedule than most film, even theater. You get to rehearse at least a lot beforehand.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yes. I'm not saying anyone is more difficult, but I'm saying this one is.
Well, dude, you don't get time.
No.
You have to make the time downstairs, possibly.
Which he is always game for. You are okay.
Isn't everyone game now at this point? And I'm not taking anything away from Josh, but don't we have to be game now? 10 years ago, there was half and half.
Sure.
It was like, you want to run this? Nah, we're good. We'll do it up there.
Because you had more time. Yeah.
Yeah. You just had more time, so, but.
Go ahead. And talking about, your generosity as a coworker, like you're always like, I love you're generous with your time. Like you want to work with people, but I had the privilege of being a guest in your dressing room not too long ago. And I mean, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but you are, if you're guesting on our show, if you don't have an assigned dressing room, you get assigned someone else's dressing room who's not working that day. And so often I was in Cameron Matheson's dressing room yesterday, you kind of make the rounds. Josh has a guest book, signs on his mirror with positive encouragement, offers free drinks in his fridge, and
Wow,
like
that's awesome, man.
tries to make it not only that they feel welcome on a set maybe that they've never been on, but feel encouraged, feel congratulated. Hey, you're here because this is a win. This is a win. You're working today. Good on you. And like, and builds them up so that they can, that they feel comfortable and they can go do their best work upstairs. And I just like, I had an assigned room for a while and I never even thought about that. And
well, I'd like to steal sole credit, but honestly, because when I was first floating around, Johnny Wachter had a guest book, but it was completely empty. I'm the only person who signed it, and I like thanked him and I was like, how do you solve this? And I figured I could maybe kind of try and turn my room into an Airbnb. Like you get there and you're like, the host let me know, and yeah, I know that every actor is going to look in the mirror, so I put Post-its on the mirror being like, hey, remember, everyone wishes they were you today. You're on a TV show. Enjoy it. Enjoy my room. Play
That's
Nintendo,
awesome, man.
have some fun. Because truthfully, one of the things that I miss and love and about, and one of the reasons I wanted to come back to an ensemble cast is I like the feeling of an acting troupe. I like the community, and I think that's one of my superpowers. If you hire me on a show, normally I can bring the best out of other people, and I've always loved that acceptance. I mean, we moved around so much when my dad was in the Navy, and drama and theater. It felt like you were on a team, but without having to, dislocate your shoulder.
Well, we'll see what happens with the horses, buddy. We got time. We got time for that.
That's right.
Or what happens with Sasha? We don't know.
Right. So speaking about being on a team, Cody's part of a family, but the family doesn't know it.
Yeah. And that's been fun.
Is this known?
Yes.
Yeah.
I lied about my DNA test. Mac Scorpio is my father. Is my
wow.
Yeah, fun.
What?
Hey, spoiler to you.
Spoiler to me only. What?
Yeah.
Mac's your dad. That's awesome, man.
It is. It's really cool. And I'm always curious about the writing and the casting, because Maxie, Kirsten, and my character, we do seem to have like a brother sister, like natural rapport.
It better be brother and sister. That's what I said from the beginning. But now that I know that you're blood related, I'm like, whew. You're one of the guys that I don't have to dislike you for that reason. I can dislike you for other reasons.
Yeah.
But
a lot of dislike over there. Go ahead, Josh.
Spinelli throws some shade.
No, it's fine. We know. You're shading everybody. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, no. I just find it fascinating. It's neat. It's neat when that kind of casting and writing comes together.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hopefully, I mean, I try and message John York, not too much, but maybe I should do it more. I have no idea. I'm hoping he's coming back soon. And
that'd be awesome.
Analyze that storyline.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That would be fun because I imagine it is kind of on hold until they know when they can start telling it, right?
Yeah, I would imagine. Man, me and Dante have a story. Me and John have there's some underdeveloped we got places to go.
You got places to go.
Right.
But you and Sasha are on the front burner here.
Yeah. That's another one that's taken. They call me the slow burn. The slow burn.
Dude, that's the best way to do it. You don't want to rush these things.
It really is.
Well, because and we talked about this when we had that karaoke night, and and we both sang. Dude, that was fun. And I have to give you special, I'm giving you a lot of applause today, but playing what you and what Cody and Sasha did, you and Sophia, like having fun doing karaoke, doing to a song that is not a song that anyone else knows, and that is playing over, your voices are in the track overhead, so you're thinking about matching a little bit, right? So there's a lot going on in your brain, and yet you have to look carefree and fun and spontaneous. And you guys had one go at it, and you freaking nailed it. And
that was a fun acting challenge. as you would say, bad day to not drinking or quit
Right,
drinking.
bad day to
Yeah,
quit
yeah.
drinking. Yeah.
I really wanted to see. I wanted to see if I could get there with it, because the natural inclination would be to have a couple drinks actually to like sense memory and feel. And I was like, no, I want to see what it. I want to see if I can do it. And that's funny though that you think that ours. I found that yours was, you did yours live, you sang live, and I hadn't thought that maybe part of you was like, yeah, I'd rather sing it live, it's easier for me to just sing it live than to try and match a pre-recording.
Well, I mean, my reasoning for that is I wanted to feel free in my acting to not think about matching. Like I wanted to be in her eyes, and if my voice faltered, I wanted it to match whatever I was doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was the reason for me. But like, if I was going to be like goofing around and having a good time, I would have wanted to have a track, a clean track of me singing it the way I wanted to sound, so that I'm not worried about getting a good sound while I'm trying to, you know, mess around, be flirty, be fun, be spontaneous. But then also, you know, we have a great music supervisor that can help match those things up. But anyway, it's out of what we do normally. And like you know, even if it is in the track, you still feel exposed because people are hearing your voice if it's not something that you do all the time. And like, you guys were able to like be really cute, really spontaneous, and like not just pull it off, but like everybody on set, like to the people in the scene, to the crew, to the directors, was like, this is amazing. Like it was
fun.
And
we did get some shoulder pats afterwards, and that
Sweet.
feels good. And on this medium especially, you don't get as many great jobs as on other shows and in theater. In theater, you get paid in applause.
Right, exactly right. But so I haven't worked with you or her since then. I don't think so. Like, what were the next steps for you guys? What has happened with Cody and Sasha since?
I think we're just watching the TV about Jason coming back from the dead.
All the news.
Yeah,
the breaking news in Port Charles.
Did that make the Port Charles news?
I would imagine, right?
I don't know. I'm sure that it did, but I'm sure they don't have the news anymore.
Well, I wasn't sure. Like, are people
Did the
on
Invader
screen
talk about it? Or
the Invader, probably.
Right,
sure.
front page news. We're still in
That's
the
right.
90s.
Yes, front page.
Yeah,
people still read newspapers.
That's right. But so have they progressed at all in their relationship?
I'm trying to think.
What is aired? We don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah. I don't. Since I don't think much has happened. I think we're still.
You're slow burning.
Yeah,
slow burn.
Still full of potential and promise.
But stay tuned.
One of those fuses that you're like, all right, 3, 2.
It's like, go check it.
Not to get too in the weeds with character, but Cody has had the opportunity to come clean about the paternity. Like, how is what's the push and pull on that?
I mean, my justification for the character is there's a couple layers and levels. One, he honestly doesn't have a whole lot of self-worth, and he doesn't feel like he deserves to be happy in general. He's sabotaged relationships and career and things. That's why he never had a problem with a job that involved getting hurt, literally. And also now he's got a pretty good thing going. Like, he's in a comfort zone, which can't last on any show, but much like a daytime drama. But he like, why mess with? It's going well, you know. Like,
sure.
Even Spinelli's being kind of nice to him now. So,
right. So like,
hey, you could have a nice little run here.
Well,
you never know.
But like, if he comes clean about it, is it is it the fact that he lied about it that is the danger, or the fact that he won't be accepted by Mac? Like, oh, okay, you're my son, but I don't want you. Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think is the fear?
I think it's both. I think it started with not feeling like deserved, and
Right.
I mean, he's been abandoned by everyone. Even his biological father wasn't, or adopted parents weren't his. Like, didn't even really want him. Like, this character has never felt accepted,
Mm.
and so he doesn't. He just assumes that people won't accept him.
Right. And now that he's lied about it, because he has lied about it. He's like, no, they came back.
Yes, Sasha
negative.
knows. So that's one of the bonds with Sasha. Sasha knows and Dante knows.
And Dante knows?
Ooh.
Dante knows, yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Dante was
my
you
best
guys-
friend in summer camp.
summer camp.
Cody's best
Right.
friend.
But you're not part of the Bensonhurst troop.
No.
No.
I heard stories. I was the kid who lived at camp. Like, I helped out with the horses at camp and stuff.
There you
Right.
go.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of horses.
Poor Cody.
Yeah, poor Cody. Yeah.
I feel bad for him now.
I know. He's a very like
Come on,
he's
man.
he's well. That's the thing is like what I like about the character is he is a character that you can root for, even if his decisions might frustrate, like not a guy that you would appear to want to root for, but you show the layers underneath it and the insecurity beneath it, and that's what makes a complex character that the audience loves. So.
Yeah, I'm glad the fans kind of stuck it out, because I didn't. I must like insulate myself from certain things. I didn't know that like a lot of people did not like me at all when I first showed up.
Well, but that's like, dude, that's like the soap. That's like the soap welcome though. That I don't think anybody scores from the get go. I don't think.
No.
You have to win them over. It's not a welcome to the family. It's like,
But
once
you're in, you're in.
That's right.
Did you guys have any difficulties when you first arrived?
Oh, this guy? Mine was different because mine was in the 90s. So I was a kid on the show, and I came in
recall. My sister and I used to watch.
Yeah, so it wasn't, there wasn't too much to be judgmental about, I think, as, a young, one of the Quartermain boys coming in. But for him, this guy got destroyed.
I was the ugliest guy to ever be on a soap opera.
It's so stupid. And he like everybody's like, wow, what the heck's he talking about?
What
Nobody can
is
understand this?
Right.
What is this? Who is this weirdo? Like this dude was getting murdered.
Yeah.
And now you're beloved.
You just
and
gotta
now, you gotta
put in the work and wait it
12
out.
years.
Yeah.
It takes about 12 years.
I always get excited when I know I'm gonna get to work with you. You're really a fun scene partner.
Dude, we have so much fun. And I mean,
awesome.
I can imagine at some point Cody and Jason will run into each other, and
I hope so. My sister will be excited for sure.
That'd be cool, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, it is like, but beyond the Sasha thing culminating in like, what do you wish for him over the next little stretch, I guess?
I mean, Dominic, Dante, texted me like a month. He's like, "Where have you been?" Because if you're not working with someone, you guys know you sometimes don't even see them.
Right.
Yeah, at all.
I would like to get to rehash our thing, because there were a bunch of ideas on what because something happened with us at summer camp.
Oh, that has yet to be told.
It hasn't come out yet, and it was serious. And I took the blame, kind of to like allow him to have the like life that he has, like the civil servant, like good guy,
right?
And so I'd love to get back into that, and that would be. I think that could be a really good. Probably when. Not necessarily. Probably, I have no idea, and I don't even know. Are we allowed to talk about our ideas about what might happen? But
I mean, we can talk about them here. I don't know if you knock on the head writer's office and be like, "I got some ideas." I don't know how that flies, but
dude, listen, that reminds me.
But
yeah, they're welcome. Yeah, but that reminds me of a funny story. There was a bodyguard once who, he thought he should have a love interest.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the show. Because we had multiple bodyguards over the years, right? Sonny's bodyguard, Penthouse, whatever. And sometimes they get under 5s and stuff, quite often. He did this, and the next week he was dead.
He was just a body. He was no longer a bodyguard.
Right, just a body.
He was just, that was it. He start the limo and it blows up. Hey, what happened to him? He wanted a love interest.
Well, then never mind. I'm fine with floating. I'm fine with floating.
Dude, you're doing great. It's
you
good.
Are, man. You are,
good,
man. It's great
fun.
to, yeah.
It's fun, and it's good to have. That's part of the reason I wanted to come back to this genre, this medium, was I really missed having to work harder. I found that I was putting all of my effort into like my 1 or 2 scenes in an episode on a primetime show, and now it's like it's way more rewarding, and you get to do more.
Yeah,
it's
totally
fun.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, well, we're thrilled to be in the ensemble with you, bud.
Yeah, brother. Looking forward to
great.
it.
I do hope I get to work with Jason's character. That would be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great.
It's pronounced Jason.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for making the time for us today. And
yeah, we appreciate it, dude. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
It's
and
awesome.
have a great break, because I show's off next week. So
yeah, buddy.
Do you have any fun plans? Are you doing any fun
I'm doing
things?
a movie. It's pretty cool. I'm doing a revenge pick called The Workout Video. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's awesome. It was kind of it was about 2 former special forces guys. Now it's about 2 ex-Army Rangers.
Wow.
Because it's just technically it's a little more difficult than becoming a Navy SEAL. That's just numbers, though. I'm not bragging about it.
That's true.
Right.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's a lot of action, so it's gonna be fun.
Great.
And
awesome,
how long
man.
is the shoot?
It's just gonna be like 3 weeks, I think. So the timing magically worked out amazingly, and the show's been really cool. They're like, yeah, we don't need you.
You're so dumb.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, and it's fun, and I'm finding that it's interesting going. I haven't done any like side or other projects since I've been on the show, and it's a little different, but in some ways, this is the whole point why one of the many reasons I wanted to get back in acting shape is I love that, like, my brain is, I'm like, really, we only have 2 pages today?
Amazing, right?
Totally.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Well, can't wait to hear more about that. That's awesome, man. Well,
Thank
enjoy your, then it's just another work week for you. So
there you go.
Good on you.
Gotta kill some bad guys,
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Learning from watching you, Jason.
Well, we'll see. I guess they were all bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to tell myself so I can sleep.
That's right. Awesome. All right, buddy.
All right, brother. Thanks,
We'll talk
man.
to you
We
soon.
appreciate your time.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, dude.